You know, there's a reason why a lot of people just seem to not want to like Julia. Simply because they feel like when it comes to Julia, she always has to play some form of a game, and she's never really always just upfront with us. Now, as we spoke about before in previous videos, we know that Julia was pregnant. Now, of course, when it comes to her being pregnant, it was announced both on her social media page as well as also on the TLC 9-Day Fiance one. So therefore, everybody was aware of it. And also on top of that, it was also announced on the tell-all. Now, usually when people announce their pregnancies, they always generally do what? They always then announce when they've now given birth. But for Julia and Brandon, for some reason, doing that just hasn't been a thing. Which is why people are still sitting there thinking, so, has the baby been delivered? And most importantly, has the baby been delivered healthily? Because we know that Julia, based on what we saw on TV, that she has a history of actually not even being able to get pregnant, so much to the point that her being pregnant would come at a very high risk, especially when it comes to delivering the baby. But of course, we have seen her now in Sarah post with no bump. And it is therefore been clear to us as day that clearly the baby is no longer inside of her and the baby is now somewhere. The question is, again, is the baby healthy or is it an unfortunate situation? Now, of course, Julia has come out with some posts on social media talking about how she hates the fact that she keeps getting hate from women after women and expresses obviously how that's not a nice feeling. And honestly, it's not. It's a horrible thing. But at the same time, there is this saying, if you play stupid games, expect stupid results. Now, of course, I'm not saying that she's playing stupid games, but the fact that she's not willing to tell people, it's weird. And therefore, with the 90-day type of audience, there's going to be a lot of people on Reddit, a lot of people on social media, you maybe on the internet in general, who are going to be now having conspiracies, who are now going to be getting frustrated. Now, in one of my most recent videos, I spoke about it. It's clear as day that clearly she's given birth, but the announcement isn't here. But here's the thing, folks. I don't think we're going to get an announcement anytime soon, but luckily for myself, which means luckily for you folks, a subscriber has reached out to me. Okay, and they've been doing their research and they noticed something interesting that has now given us the confirmation that clearly Julia has given birth. And not only has she given birth, but it looks like she's even given birth to a healthy born child. And when I say healthy, I don't mean the child is a child that is on the spectrum, because whether the child's on the spectrum or not, it's still healthy. What I mean is she was able to have a successful delivery because, again, her pregnancy was a high risk one. So let's get into the information that was passed to my side. And trust me, I tell you folks, this one's a good one. But as you can see right here, pictured him here is obviously Judy's mum. And in the background, in that red circle right there, and I promise you now, I would have never guessed this stuff because I don't have a kid. And I don't know nothing about most of the things that people buy for babies. This is why I love this part where obviously I was helped out, therefore it means we was helped out. And as you can see, there's a little thing in the background, but I don't know what that is. So we scan over to the next one, and as you can see, it is something called Dr. Brown's Natural Flow Deluxe Bottle Warmer and Sterilizer, designed for safety warm baby bottles and food jars. Of course, anybody that is a parent or anybody that knows anything about looking after a baby will know exactly what this was anyway before even seeing this. But listen, when I got given this information, I said to myself, yeah, but I feel like we need a bit more than that though. We can't just make a video based on just one thing. Is that enough? Is that really enough? So I said, please, can you give me some more? Okay, now of course, the more to begin with was a close-up. I said, no. I don't want a close-up. I can already see what this one is. I need something else. And this is where things get interesting. We'll move on to the next one now. Can you see this right here? Can you see that right there? What is that? Anybody that's got a child will know exactly what that is. But listen, I was like, I don't know if that's clear enough though. Maybe we need a little bit more. Something that can give us a clearer picture. So of course. And I tell you this now, folks. I am very fortunate that I have amazing subscribers who are more than willing to go that extra mile when I cannot. Because as you know, I'm here in the UK. I can't always access everything in the USA. But also on top of that, as you know, I don't have a child. So some of these things would have gone over my head. So this is where you guys come in clutch mode. And as you can see, the same item has now been displayed in another picture right here. And of course, you can definitely see that this is some sort of baby play area. It is clear as day. But like I said before, we always need just a little bit more. And not only is it a baby play area, but then there was the confirmation right here, ladies and gentlemen, that yes, this indeed is a baby play area. As you can see, the details have even been given to me, because if you look at this image here, you look at obviously the material, the cornering, the whole shebang, the structure of it, then you go back, you can see the same goddamn thing, the curve, this little curved thing here, the little thing here, you know what I'm saying? It's literally the same goddamn thing. So with that being said, I think it's time that Julia stops playing games, stop acting a fool, stop trying to cause tension that forces people to then unnecessarily slide into her DMs and say that she's this, and that. Type in her conversation that's this, and that. Because here's the thing, folks, here's the thing. When it comes to Julia, when it came to her obviously having a whole hissy fit on social media, the thing is, she did this thing that I find, that I do see from quite a lot of cast members from time to time. Sometimes when things aren't going in their favor, they do this thing when they go on social media and they kind of like just cause like an unnecessary uproar. Like they'll go in there, they'll say everybody's bullying me, blah, 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 blah. And then, once they've got their word out that everybody's bullying them, they then come out with another post after that, which I'm going to get up on your screens right about now. So this is the post. This post here is the one that I referenced earlier on today, that we spoke on other videos. When she came out and said, I never thought I'd be writing a post with tears in my eyes about how women bullying another woman, because for now I chose peace and privacy from online and no filming TV too at this moment. I focus on my dog business and my health and my family who will go home tomorrow. We all have a lot to deal with at this moment. Comments saying that I owe everyone something. I'm receiving a lot of very bad messages, calls from strangers to home my hospital, trying to find out about my health history. I think it's time for me to take a break from the internet. Key point right there, folks. She said it's time to take a break from the internet. This was on the 27th of December. But then, literally, folks, on the 27th December, and then literally 7 days ago, which was literally the 2nd of January, which means it would have been like 5-6 days after that, she comes out with another post saying, oh my god, this post is for the amazing and kind people who follow us. Hold on a minute, but you said you was taking time off the internet, but then you came back within 5 to 6 days? That quick? That easily? That simple? Huh? So this is where I say play stupid game, get stupid results, because the thing is, you came out before to basically deflect from the fact that people just want to know. It's a very simple thing. Have you given birth? Yes or freaking no? She spoke about people act as if I owe them something. Let's be real, folks. Let's be real. If you're going to put your life on TV, on reality TV, and then put your life on social media, and you're showing us every single aspect of your life, left, right, and center, people become invested. And of course, people are going to have the mindset of you owe us this. And that's what happens. This is why you're not, and if you don't want that, don't live your life on TV. Don't live your life on social media. I mean, it still doesn't mean that we're entitled to know, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. But here's the thing though, after making this post here of her obviously returning after a couple of days and talking about how she loves all of her lovely people, blah, 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 blah. And it tells me personally that she made the first post just so people can tell her nice things like this. And then after this post, she then comes back again. But this time she's like, I'm writing this post for myself. I don't like my body, myself. I feel emotionally broken. And you know what, folks? In a normal situation, I would love to read this in a way that describes it with this tone. I am writing this post for myself. I don't like my body. I don't like myself. I feel emotionally broken. I would like to read it with that level of sympathy, or maybe a little bit more, because I want to be sympathetic. But the thing is, 1 minute you're talking about how people are coming for you. Well, how about how women are coming for you, looking for your records. Next minute, you're now thanking your followers. And then again, after that, you're now talking about how you don't like yourself. It's like you're purposely trying to tell people, you're trying to give people reason to just slide in your dim and say, well, da 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 da. When some people just trying to feed the bears, they're trying to feed the wolves. Some people just don't know how to help themselves. Like, make your mind up. What do you want? But again, listen, I understand that there's a lot of human beings, especially men, especially women out there who are not confident, who do feel a certain type of way about themselves, who do want to be more confident, who do want to be in a better position mentally and physically. I get that. I sympathize with that for every single person that does it in a way that makes sense. But this one right here, this is actions of somebody that gives us reasons why a lot of people just cannot be on her side because of the way she goes about things. But hey, Folks, listen. At the end of the day, I'm just here to deliver you guys information regarding obviously what you've been wanting to know for a long time. Some of you want to know, some of you don't want to know. But for the people that do want to know, we have the confirmation, we have the evidence here that clearly giving birth has happened. But Julia, for some reason, just doesn't want to tell us. Which is fine. Which is fine. If you don't want to tell people that you're fine now giving birth to a baby boy or baby girl, that is totally fine. But then don't come on the internet and talk about, start complaining about how people or about how women are, messaging you horrible things, and then all of a sudden in the same conversation, in the same light, a few days later, talking about how now you're actually thankful for everyone that's been lovely to you. Why couldn't you just made the message the first time? Hey guys, even though I get horrible messages from other people, I still appreciate the ones that I get from those lovely people, but instead you do 2 different posts. And then the last one, you then go back to then the beginning now talking about how you don't like yourself. You can't make sense out of stupidity, ladies and gentlemen. Well, with that being said, let me know exactly what you're thinking down below, and we can most certainly talk about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.